In 206 BC, after Liu Bang successfully captured the Qin capital of Xianyang, he immediately dispatched troops to guard the Hangu Pass. At that moment, Xiang Yu was leading a mighty army of 400,000 soldiers marching toward Hongmen. The situation was extremely perilous, and Liu Bang fell into a disadvantageous position. Fortunately, Xiang Bo, the uncle of Xiang Yu, stepped forward to mediate, persuading Xiang Yu not to punish Liu Bang. Because of this, they decided to go together to Hongmen for an audience. During the banquet, Fan Zheng signaled Xiang Zhuang to seize the opportunity to perform a sword dance in order to assassinate Liu Bang. But Xiang Bo immediately drew his sword and joined the dance, using his body to shield Liu Bang. At the critical moment, Fan Kuai suddenly burst into the tent, and thanks to him, Liu Bang escaped disaster. This became the famous historical event known as the Hongmen Banquet. However, this is only the version often seen in high school textbooks. In reality, what exactly happened at the Hongmen Banquet? Why did Xiang Yu not kill Liu Bang? Was it because he did not want to kill, or because he could not kill? Today, Dailang will explore with everyone the true reason why Xiang Yu did not kill Liu Bang at the Hongmen Banquet. According to legend, the Hongmen Banquet began as follows. Both sides entered the banquet and drank together. Fan Zheng repeatedly signaled Xiang Yu by winking and raising his jade pendant, but Xiang Yu ignored him. Seeing that Liu Bang might escape, Fan Zheng, experienced and shrewd, grew furious and summoned Xiang Zhuang, the cousin of Xiang Yu. He said, "The general hesitates and cannot bring himself to strike Liu Bang, so now you should take the excuse of entertaining the guests with a sword dance of 5 strikes and use the chance to stab him to death. If not, in the future all of us will become his captives." Xiang Zhuang, without hesitation, entered the tent with a sword, first raising a cup to toast the guests. Then he said there was no entertainment in the army, so he would perform 5 sword moves to enliven the feast. Xiang Yu nodded in agreement. Xiang Zhuang began his sword dance, gradually advancing toward Liu Bang, and the atmosphere grew tense. At this moment, Xiang Bo, who had already become in laws with Liu Bang, recognized the danger. He immediately drew his sword and said, "One man dancing with a sword is not interesting, so let us dance together in a duel, which will be more entertaining." He then joined Xiang Zhuang in the sword dance, secretly protecting Liu Bang. As Xiang Zhuang's sword movements became more intense, his intentions were clear and nearly everyone could see through it. Zhang Liang, sensing the grave danger, went outside to find Liu Bang's foremost warrior, Fan Kuai. He said, "Xiang Zhuang is using the sword dance as an excuse, but in truth he intends to kill the Duke of Pei." Hearing this, Fan Kuai grew enraged, seized his iron shield, and rushed in. The guards at the entrance tried to stop him, but Fan Kuai knocked one down with a single blow of his shield. He stormed into the tent, eyes glaring, beard and hair bristling, the corners of his eyes nearly splitting open. Xiang Yu grasped his sword in caution and asked, "Who is this man?" Zhang Yang replied, "This is the personal guard of the Duke of Pei, named Fan Kuai." Xiang Yu praised, "Truly a fine warrior, give him wine as a reward." The attendants immediately offered a large container of wine, weighing about 4 catties. Fan Kuai took it and drained it in one gulp. Xiang Yu then said, "Give him a pig's leg." The attendants brought out a whole uncut pig's leg. In fact, the word sheng in the original text did not mean raw or uncooked, but rather whole and uncut. This was clearly meant to embarrass him and make him lose face. But Fan Kuai showed no hesitation, slicing the meat with his sword and eating it. Xiang Yu's followers had intended to humiliate him, but unexpectedly encountered a man of such boldness. From then on, the focus of the Hongmen Banquet shifted to Fan Kuai. Xiang Yu then asked, "Can the fine warrior drink more?" At this moment, Fan Kuai displayed a spirit far different from that of a mere brute. He answered loudly, "I do not even fear death. How could I fear drinking wine?" Then he seized the chance to speak. King Wei of Chu once decreed that whoever entered Xianyang first would be made king of Guanzhong. Now, the Duke of Pei has led the vanguard in defeating Qin, entered Shenyang without looting, and even stationed his troops at Bashang to respectfully welcome the general. Such great merit, and yet instead of being rewarded, vile men sow discord and urge you to kill a meritorious subject. This is not what a wise and benevolent leader should do. I beg the general to consider carefully." His words were both reasonable and heartfelt, and no one expected them to come from the mouth of a rough warrior. That the Pei County could produce such a man was truly admirable. Xiang Yu was struck speechless, only muttering the word "sit." Fan Kuai had broken the tense situation, forcing Xiang Zhuang to cease his sword dance. After a while, Liu Bang excused himself to go outside to relieve himself and even asked Fan Kuai to accompany him, joking, "Without old Fan by my side, I cannot even urinate." Once outside, Fan Kuai immediately urged Liu Bang to flee quickly. Liu Bang still hesitated, saying, "To leave without bidding farewell might be discourteous." Fan Kuai shouted, "Right now they hold swords and knives, while we are like fish on the chopping board. They clearly intend to kill us, and you still speak of courtesy? Life is more important." Hearing this, Liu Bang finally understood. He told Zhang Liang, "I will take the small road back to Bashang. It is only 20 li. When I am nearly there, you should go to bid farewell to Xiang Yu." With that, Liu Bang abandoned his carriage and horses, mounting only a single horse to escape. Fan Kuai, Xia Houying, and the others went on foot, the entire group running straight back to Bashang. Zhang Liang calculated that the timing was just right before entering the tent to apologize to Xiang Yu. He said, "The Duke of Pei has poor tolerance for wine and could not bid farewell in person, so he especially sent me to present a pair of white jade pendants as a gift to the general, and respectfully offer Fan Zheng, the elder father, a pair of jade cups." Xiang Yu asked where Liu Bang was. Zhang Liang replied, "The Duke of Pei heard that the general was displeased and scolding him, and in fear has already returned to camp. By now, he should have arrived." After Zhang Liang departed, Fan Zheng angrily smashed the pair of jade cups to the ground, and with bitter disappointment said to Xiang Yu, "The man who will contest the world with you in the future is surely Liu Bang. Sooner or later, we will all become his captives." Just as Fan Zheng said, Xiang Yu had missed his best chance to eliminate the greatest rival of his life. From that moment on, Liu Bang never gave him such an opportunity again. In truth, the Hongmen Banquet was a journey fraught with danger and slim chances of survival. Liu Bang himself knew full well that the place was rife with peril, yet he still had to go. He accepted the advice of Zhang Liang and Zhang Bo, for if he attended the feast, he might dispel the growing suspicion between himself and Xiang Yu. Liu Bang hoped to explain clearly why he had sent generals to guard the pass, to justify his actions, and thereby dispel the negative impression that Xiang Yu believed that the Duke of Pei harbored ambitions to become king of Guanzhong. He sought to win Xiang Yu's forbearance and trust, to ease hostility, and to secure a path to survival, along with the chance for broader development. This was a reluctant yet extremely wise choice by Liu Bang in such a dangerous and complex situation. As for Xiang Yu, because of his arrogance, lack of acuity, and refusal to heed his strategists, his failure to kill Liu Bang became a fatal mistake. From that moment, he sowed the seeds of disaster, marking the turning point from glory to decline, eventually ending in the plight of the Songs of Chu from Four Sides, driven to the point of suicide at the Wu River. In fact, before the Hongmen Banquet, Xiang Yu truly did intend to kill Liu Bang. The reason was that Liu Bang had earlier sent men to guard the Hangu Pass, blocking Xiang Yu's entry. After Xiang Yu's allied forces broke through the pass, Liu Bang's left Sima, Cao Wushang, secretly sent word that Liu Bang was plotting to proclaim himself king in Guanzhong. At that time, Xiang Yu commanded 400,000 troops, while Liu Bang had only 100,000 stationed at Bashang, their camps merely 40 li apart. If they clashed, Liu Bang would surely be defeated. But when the Hongmen Banquet began, the Qin dynasty had not yet been eradicated. Xiang Yu considered carefully and saw that he still needed Liu Bang's cooperation to destroy Qin. If he killed Liu Bang hastily, the feudal lords would be dissatisfied and the anti-Qin alliance would disintegrate. Moreover, Xiang Bo did his utmost to mediate, and Liu Bang personally humbled himself to apologize. Thus Xiang Yu abandoned his intention to kill. Within his heart, Xiang Yu made a strategic calculation. Sparing Liu Bang was to borrow his strength to uproot the Qin dynasty completely and thereby accomplish his own hegemony. After the Hongmen Banquet, he indeed succeeded in achieving this goal. On the contrary, had Xiang Yu killed Liu Bang at that time, it would surely have caused internal chaos and hindered his great ambitions. Many say Xiang Yu was stubborn, arrogant, and unwilling to heed advice. Yet in this instance, he did listen to Xiang Bo and spared Liu Bang. At the Hongmen Banquet, Fan Zheng urged him to kill, while Xiang Bo strove to protect. Xiang Bo was a trusted confidant, and Xiang Yu had always heeded his counsel. Furthermore, Fan Zheng failed to produce solid evidence that could fully convince Xiang Yu. During the banquet, in his impatience, he even ordered Xiang Zhuang to perform the sword dance to attempt an assassination. This was a breach of propriety, something Xiang Yu would not easily tolerate. People criticized Xiang Yu as having a woman's temperament, but in truth he was benevolent, forthright, and would not commit cruel deeds as Liu Bang did. Xiang Yu would not force 2,000 women to don armor and use them as bait for the Chu army in order to escape. Nor would he, for the sake of his own life, push his own son from a carriage, as Liu Bang did. Xiang Yu was open and above board, bold in love and in hate. Faced with Liu Bang's cowardice at the Hongmen Banquet, had he truly killed him, he would no longer have been Xiang Yu. Therefore, later generations often reproached him as weak for releasing the tiger back to the mountain. But in reality, was Xiang Yu's decision not to kill Liu Bang simply hesitation? In fact, Xiang Yu had no shortage of flaws. Narrow-minded, so reluctant to part with the imperial seal of reward that he wore it down to smoothness without daring to bestow it on anyone. Quick-tempered and forthright, easily enraged, and ready to resort to violence over a word. Yet he possessed one greatest strength: decisiveness. When killing Song Yi, he did not wait another day, but struck immediately. When he broke the cauldrons and sank the boats, he did not hesitate, leading 50,000 troops in a death charge. Later, when killing 200,000 surrendered Qin soldiers, he did not consult with the feudal lords. He ordered it, and it was done. Previously, when he had resolved to kill Liu Bang, the very next day he was ready to act. Clearly, Xiang Yu was born decisive, his actions swift and resolute. So why did he not kill Liu Bang? In truth, there were only two reasons. First, Xiang Yu always looked down upon Liu Bang, never placing him in his eyes. Second, he had never truly intended to claim all under heaven, at least not so early in his life. Thus, when Fan Zheng said that Liu Bang, already in his 50s with graying hair, would one day vie for the empire, those words did not stir Xiang Yu's concern. Next, I will analyze these 2 points in detail. First, the first point. Those who had experience working in the court understood that after collaborating for some time, one would naturally recognize each person's abilities. Who was cunning, who was lazy, who was honest, who had talent, who could shoulder responsibility, and who was unreliable. All of these were clear in the heart. Xiang Yu and Liu Bang had once worked together, so Xiang Yu understood exactly how much ability Liu Bang possessed. In terms of courage, Liu Bang had very little, and was even famous for the nickname General Longlegs, meaning he was good only at running away. In terms of strength, he was mediocre. When he entered Xianyang, his forces numbered no more than 30,000. Later, even after gathering the remnants of the Qin army, he could only muster 100,000. As for military command, he was far inferior to Xiang Yu. The qualities that had made Xiang Yu's dazzling successes were completely absent in Liu Bang. At that time, Xiang Yu had just accomplished an achievement thought impossible, standing at the pinnacle of the age. To say that he would fear Liu Bang was laughable. Liu Bang's strength lay in his inner character. Fan Zheng saw this clearly, saying that Liu Bang was able to restrain himself, his ambition was not small, and in the future he would certainly become a great threat. But Xiang Yu did not see it. At the age of 25 or 26, he could not comprehend the power of such inner cultivation. As for the second point, the dream of ruling all under heaven that Fan Zheng spoke of at that time, no one believed it could succeed. The Qin model of great unification was beyond the understanding of people of that era. None had ever seen it before, nor believed it could last. The realm was too vast, difficult to govern. The Qin dynasty itself, with its short life, stood as evidence against such a system, deepening people's doubts. Thus, nearly all the feudal lords agreed that the world should return to the enfranchisement system, and that a state could not be too large. Returning to the original matter, Xiang Yu intended to kill Liu Bang also because of the accusations of Tao Wuxiang. First, that Liu Bang sought to proclaim himself king in Guanzhong. Second, that he intended to appoint King Ziyang of Qin, as chancellor, yet King Ziyang of Qin was Xiang Yu's enemy. Third, that all the treasures of Xianyang had been taken by Liu Bang. These were the true reasons that enraged Xiang Yu. It was not because Liu Bang harbored ambition for the empire, but because he had stolen the merit of entering the pass, disobeyed orders, dared to appoint Xiang Yu's enemy, and seized all the treasures. However, when Xiang Yu saw that Liu Bang had softened, promised obedience, and that the treasures were still intact, his murderous fury subsided. Fan Zheng's judgment of Liu Bang was not wrong. He had early recognized that Liu Bang was no ordinary man. But he could not persuade Xiang Yu. Xiang Yu, descended from a great Chu clan, had loyalty and gratitude in his blood. He preferred to face Liu Bang openly on the battlefield in a life and death struggle, rather than resort to base plots. He loved open schemes, detested hidden tricks. Therefore, he ignored Fan Zheng's hints and even praised Fan Kuai. To kill Liu Bang for Xiang Yu would have been to stain his heroic spirit. He had never known fear. Even when reduced to only 28 horsemen, he still charged fiercely, cutting down Han troops as though no one stood in his way. If tigers and wolves were not worth considering, how much less so was a petty Liu Bang? Thus, Xiang Yu felt there was no need to use assassination to kill him. Of course, Liu Bang, in the position of "man is the knife, I am the fish," had prepared thoroughly before daring to attend the banquet. Otherwise, how could he have known the danger and still gone? From Liu Bang's perspective, we see what he had prepared to prevent Xiang Yu from killing him. When he heard that Xiang Yu had destroyed Qin's main army and was advancing through Guanzhong like a blade through bamboo, Liu Bang too had once hoped to take a gamble. He immediately sent troops to guard the Hangu Pass, relying on the terrain to block the way. But the result was the opposite. It completely enraged Xiang Yu. When the Chu army shattered the Hangu Pass like a flood, Xiang Yu quickly entered, making Liu Bang see with his own eyes the immense power, shattering his illusions. Liu Bang immediately abandoned any thought of confrontation and turned instead to finding a way to survive. Tao Wuxiang betrayed him, revealing all of his plans. In my view, this was not slander, but truly the scheme of Liu Bang's faction. He wanted to rely on the promise once made by the king of Chu to claim Guanzhong in the name of righteousness. As for appointing King Ziying of Qin, not killing him was to make use of his remaining value. In the eyes of people at that time, the fault lay entirely with Zhao Gao. King Ziying of Qin had killed Zhao Gao, returning governance to its proper track, and thus had the people's support. If Liu Bang cooperated with King Ziying of Qin, he could surely stabilize Guanzhong and build strength against Xiang Yu. Thus, from both sides, Xiang Yu's decision not to kill Liu Bang can be explained. It may truly have been that he could not kill him under those circumstances. From the perspective of history, Xiang Yu should have killed Liu Bang, but at that time, he analyzed the situation only from a human perspective. Therefore, it was not that he did not want to kill, but that he could not kill.